Believe it or not, your people will make or break your business. But most business owners think their biggest problem is sales or profit. But the truth, it's people. I have seen businesses doing $3, $5, or even $8 million a year that look perfect on paper. But the second I stepped into the office, I knew this business is not sellable. No energy, no communication, and people walking around scared. You could feel the tension in the air. And when that happens, it doesn't matter what your numbers say. No buyer wants to walk into a chaos. So in this video, I'm going to show you why most businesses fail to sell because of their people and how to fix it before it's too late. Hey, I am Nandor. I have built companies from the ground up, scaled service businesses to multiple seven figures. And today, I help business owners retire or maximize their exit. And over the years, one thing keeps showing up. It's not the product, it's not the revenue, and it's not the profit margin. It's the people, the team, the culture, and the leadership. Because at the end of the day, businesses don't just sell because of numbers. They sell because of people. Let me break this down for you. So when I look at a company, we're not just looking at cash flow. We're looking at transferability. Can the business keep running if the owner decides to step away? That's the question. And if the answer is no, then you don't have a company, you have a job. And this is where a lot of good owners get stuck. They're running multi-million-dollar operations with no real structure. No leadership team, no culture, and zero trust. They treat employees like tools, not teammates. They micromanage everything because they think it's faster if I just do it myself. But let me tell you something. The owner sets the tone. 80% of your team will act just like the owner. So if the owner is chaotic, the team is gonna be chaotic. And if the owner is micromanages, the team loses confidence. And if the owner doesn't trust anyone, no one takes initiative. I've seen it again and again. The company becomes a mirror of the owner. So when you walk into a business where people are quiet, fearful, disengaged, you already know what kind of culture lives there. There's no culture, and no buyer wants to inherit that. I'm gonna tell you a story. I recently visited a landscaping company doing close to $3 million. On paper, it looked great. Actually, close to 50% recurring revenue, solid margins and profits. Seemed like a real opportunity, but the moment I got there, I could feel something was off. Before we even stepped inside, the owner gave me a heads up. Hey, just don't talk to anyone, alright? Now, look, I understand respecting internal dynamics, but they already told me something wasn't right. We walked in and I could feel it. The energy, it was heavy. Nobody smiled. No one looked up. People barely said hello. And I'm not just talking about being busy. I'm talking about walking into a place where everyone looks like they're just trying to get through the day. It was that kind of energy that makes you ask, what's really going on here? So we sit down and I talk to the owner for a while. We dig into the business, the numbers, the operations, the team. And here's what I have learned. Almost every key employee had been there for 10, 15, even 20 years. Now, that can be a good thing if the culture is strong. But in this case, these people should have left years ago, if not decades. Why were they still there? Because the owner didn't have a choice. He had one sales guy holding the whole company together. If that guy left, the business would have collapsed. I also found out that people were scared of certain managers. There was tension between departments, no connection between the field guys, the sales team, or the office staff. In fact, I was told people were literally fighting outside the office. Not disagreements, I'm talking about physical fight between employees. And instead of making real changes, the owner just handed out penalties. No one was held accountable. No one was let go. You can't build a great business like that. You can't scale in that environment. And here's the wild part. The owner kept telling me how this company could easily hit 10 million, 15 million, 20 million, but they've been stuck at the $2-3 million for over a decade. But why? Because the culture was never built and it's broken. Because the team wasn't built to grow. Because the wrong people had been allowed to stay for way too long. And this is the owner's responsibility. So he was the bottleneck. So yeah, the numbers look good, but the people, the systems, the energy, I knew this company wasn't worth buying. And no buyer wants to walk into a mess like that because we're not buying spreadsheets, we're buying people. Here's the crazy part. Most owners don't even realize they are the problem. They've been doing it all for 20, 30 years. They're used to being the hero, the fixer, but that's exactly why they're stuck. So here's what I see all the time. Number one, they hire people they feel comfortable with, not people better than them. Second, They only hire when someone quits, which means they're always hiring out of panic, not strategy. Third, they hang on to toxic or underperforming employees because they know the business or have been here forever. And then fourth, they don't fire when they should because they have built no system to replace anyone. This creates a cultural survival, not leadership, not excellence. And that's what makes their business unsellable, because no serious buyer wants to fix your people problems. But here is how you can fix it. There are 3 pillars: people, culture, and strategy. First is people. You need to be recruiting before you need someone. Always be recruiting. Build a pipeline of talents. Great companies do not hire reactively, they hire proactively. Second is culture. It's not about pizza Fridays or throwing random bonuses. Culture is how your people feel walking into your office. It's how you handle tension. It's how you lead in the hard moments. So if your employees are scared to speak, you don't have a culture, you have a fear. And then third is strategy. Strategy means having a clear plan for where the company is going and who is going to get it there. First, you need to have the right people and the culture. Only then do the systems and SOPs come in to support that vision. If everything lives in your head, you're not leading, you're holding it together. And that makes you the bottleneck. You need documentation, processes, and delegation, not just to make your life easier, but to make your business sellable. That's how real companies grow. That's how they scale. And that's how they eventually sell. If you're thinking about selling, whether it's in a year or 5, here is my advice. Start now and start building the systems and the team that can carry the business forward. You don't need to rush. You don't need to talk to brokers to put a listing out tomorrow. But you do need to look in the mirror and ask, if I took a 30-day vacation, would this company survive? Or if my number 1 employee left, would things fall apart? Or do I have a clear, documented systems that someone else can follow? If the answer is no, that is your opportunity. That's the work that turns your business from stock into sellable. Now here is the truth. A $5 million business with the wrong people is worth less than a $2 million business with the right ones. Because the right people, they create freedom, they protect the brand, they run the company without you, and they can help you grow. That's what buyers want. That's what gives you higher valuation. So if you're planning to sell in a year or even 5, start with your people. Build trust, cultures, and systems. Because when your people grow, your business grows. And when your business runs without you, that's when you truly own it, not the other way around. Thanks for watching. This channel is where I share the real stuff, from buying businesses to helping business owners exit. If this resonated with you, stick around. I got more real stories coming your way. See you.